Hi, today we're going to talk a little bit about preserving items in different types of media. We do have the Mylar bags, we have different sizes of Mylar bags, plastic bags. If you're going to use Mylar or plastics to be sealing anything, I would definitely recommend an impact sealer. The impact sealer has different temperature settings dependent upon the thickness of the plastic or Mylar that you will be sealing. We're going to show you a few examples. We're going to be using this item quite a bit, so consider that option. Also, one other thing about the impact sealer, it's just as vital for your food preservation needs as is a pot and all the other canning supplies that you would use normally to can and bottle different foodstuffs. As I probably mentioned before, there's different types of bags that you can purchase for sealing whatever items you are preserving. We like the Wallaby bag. In addition to the good thick Mylar that it has, they are resealable. So once you do open them, it's easier for you to zip seal them closed again. One thing that you should also consider when purchasing Mylar bags, many of them do, but many of them don't, come with oxygen absorbers. If you're using this with food, they're definitely a must to keep the preservation process intact. We're going to go ahead and seal up 5-gallon buckets full of Bob's red meal oats. These oats are one of the highly regarded ones on the market. In quality, you always get what you pay for. We've assembled everything that we need here. We've got our Mylar bag inside our 5-gallon bucket. We do have our oxygen absorbers at the ready. Basically, for a 5-gallon bucket, you'll need 2,000 cc's of absorbance. Each one of the packets in here is 1,000. About the absorbers here, when I open the bag, they have about 30 minutes. So once we get the oxygen absorber in here, we're going to have to either reseal this bag or we're going to put it in a mason jar and put the lid on tight so that we can preserve the oxygen absorbing capabilities of that. Okay, let's get started. Got my oats here. It's a 25-pound bag. And I'm going to slowly pour that in and fill that up. A little bit of dust. I don't want to overfill the bag. We can probably get a couple of buckets out of that. And we have basically got our oats in the bag. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring another bucket over here just to help me seal this up a little bit. You know what it's like to pull apart a 5-gallon bucket, so yeah. There we go. Oops. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors here, and I'm going to open my oxygen absorbers. Only need 2 of them. They're in their other package and pouch here, just to preserve it from the time it gets from the source to you. Open them up. I'm going to toss in 2 of them and put one inside it a little bit, other one in there, because the next step, when we seal it, and we're only going to seal about everything but 2 inches of that. I've got a 2x4 here. I bring it down, and I've got a hot iron. It's on the cotton setting, and I'm going to go ahead and seal that. I'm not going to seal all of it right now. I'm going to seal all but about 2 inches on the end. Once I've got that nice and sealed, I'm going to go ahead and grab a shop vacuum. This is why we leave it open. And I am going to suck out all the air that I can. You see, it's got that down. Once I've got that air sucked out of there, I'm going to quickly keep that tight. I'm going to lay that out on my board. I'm going to grab my hot iron and I'm going to seal the rest of that up. One thing about this process, I have just extended the life of these oats to about 20 to 25 years. So it's really a cost-effective way to store. I'm going to bag this for breakfast every morning for us too. We've got a year of breakfast here, so that's pretty good. Once I get that all done, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. Just for cost, I don't use a gamma lid. Gamma lids are awesome. That basically means you can screw out the innards. But I'm going to put that on. And most importantly, I'm going to label it what I've got. Okay, we're going to do bucket number 2. I got my oats. I'm going to fill up the oats in there. So we got our full bag done. Grab my oxygen absorbers. Put that in there. That one in there. Carry it a little bit. Keep that over a little bit just so I can get a good seal. Get my 2x2. I'm going to match those seams up. And I'm going to start sealing. It's sealed up so nice. Get my other part of the seal here. Grab my hot iron. I do have a bigger impact sealer that I could do this with, but this is a cost-effective way to be able to seal your Mylar without spending a lot of money on other things. I got a 2-inch hole there. I'm going to grab my shop vac hose. Just put that in the top, turn it on. Got all the air out of there. I'm sealing that closed. Move my 2x2 over, grabbing the hot iron and sealing up the rest of it. You might want to also just check your whole seal along there and make sure it's good. We are so sealed here. It's awesome. Again, I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to grab my other lid. You might need a hammer or a mallet to put those lids on. So they are a little bit sticky, but other than that, now I've got 2 5-gallon buckets of oats ready to go into long-term food storage. Okay, off camera, I ran inside to use the impact sealer and I sealed them up. They should be good. So just for the added precaution, I've got my mason jar here, and I put my oxygen absorbers in the mason jar, and then it's got that tight seal on that lid, and I'll hold on to those for the next time that we start putting things in 5-gallon buckets to preserve them. So right there, we preserved all our oxygen absorbers. Very important to get all the oxygen out so the food quality and the food doesn't degrade itself.